Hey, welcome back. I thought I would update you with a new area that is almost done. It is not quite complete, but I have been working throughout the summer, and of course now it is fall. The work has stopped, or paused rather, but I'm really excited to finish up the pond in the coming spring. So I thought I would show you the process of how I took this space from just a pasture, empty raw land into my dream sort of little secret garden just off the edge of our yard. So just a reminder, this is where we started. Like I said, it was a very raw space. The chicken coop is just lower from here. And it was just sort of this middle nothing space that I wanted to sort of make something beautiful. So after establishing the pathways and the beds, I got some great plants on a discount. I started a lot from seed. I plugged all of those in, and it of course took a whole growing season to sort of accomplish this area. We found this pergola online at Home Depot. It was on clearance. I was so excited. I had looked online and the exact one I wanted was on sale. And then the leftover polycarbonate panels were from our greenhouse. We did that project as well. And we thought might as well use them. We already bought them, we already paid for them. Why not use this space when it is a little bit more wet, just to protect this area from the rain and snow. Okay, so that was present day, and here we are later in the summer when this project was actually taking place. So this area I was using just as sort of a spillover area. I had some dahlias that I wanted to plant. They were pretty much done blooming by the time I filmed this video, so I thought I was going to reclaim this area and dig my hole for the pond. So that was the first step. Once I had all the dahlias dug, I was moving the rocks. Thankfully, a neighbor gave me them, so I was very thankful about that. And then I'm starting to dig the hole. So I'm not the type of person that does blueprints. I'd rather just throw myself right in there and do trial and error. It's probably more work in the end, in the long run, but that's just the way my brain works. So just digging a hole and then playing with it as I go. Placing the rocks really help too. Every rock is so different, and I'm not really going off of a specific design. I just want a beautiful pond. So that's the way I do it, but I'm definitely not a professional. You can see even by my footwear. And then filling up the water. Of course, water is self-leveling, so that really helps too to see where your end edge of the pond is going to be. So you can sort of play with it if you haven't filled it up completely. Water is very heavy, so just filling it up in stages and then moving the liner as needed. I got the liner off Amazon, and it's a pretty thick and durable one too. I'll link that below. And then I'm sort of adding rocks to the back edge and building it up. As the water level got higher, I realized that that was my low spot. So I'm adding more soil, more rocks to this back edge just to sort of build up that area. As you can see, I'm definitely getting my workout here. These rocks were so heavy. I couldn't even lift some of them. Some of them were too heavy for me and I had to have my husband help me with them. But the majority of them I was able to at least roll and shove and push and kick to get them into place. So as you can see, I'm just sort of playing with it, right? It's almost like a puzzle, a very abstract puzzle, just seeing how they fit together and then also keeping in mind that you want it mostly level in the end. And after seeing some tutorials online, I thought I would try this product just to sort of control where the water is escaping. I'm also going to be using some landscape adhesive to keep the rocks in place too, to sort of cover where the liner is peeking out and where I just want to add a little bit more of a smaller sized rock. And then we added some strips of AstroTurf in between these pavers. So they are just exposed aggregate. We had them from another project, and I just thought it would really make them stand out a little bit more, adding this turf in between. I'm really happy with sort of the diamond effect that they give to the area. And then of course the planting part is so fun. So I was building up this back with a bunch of soil. So I had emptied out a bunch of my pots and just soil from different areas just to sort of add elevation to this area. Because of course it was on quite a slope before. And of course when I was digging out the pond, I kept that in mind too and used the soil to build up this back area. So I found this on clearance again at Home Depot. It's a weeping pussy willow and I just love it. It adds some height. Of course, anything weeping near a pond also gives it that whimsical, romantic look that everybody loves. And I thought it would mask a little bit of the chicken coop. I do have plans to make over that chicken coop area, maybe add some beautiful vines to the lattice. But for now, I thought this would also help for the end goal, just planting it up with a few more taller things. I do want to add another maybe shorter tree to this area. This area definitely is lacking the taller height. Anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10 feet would be a really good sized tree for this area. I mostly have shrubs and medium-sized perennials. And that was just a Russian sage that was added as well. And then Mugo pine, these are awesome. I love them. Anytime I can get an evergreen that stays nice and small and tidy is always a win-win for me. So love this one as well. Of course, this is just the first initial planting. Come spring in the new year, I'll definitely be adding more perennials and evening out the slope in that area as well. So let me turn the camera around and give you a little view of what's been done. So like I said, this project is not completely done, but we did add some stairs here. There is a bit of a elevation change here. So we added some stairs there, put some gravel, and then this is the pergola we got from Home Depot. I stained it black because our greenhouse, which is over here, is also black. and I thought it would just really be nice. We definitely have a lot of white as well. You can see all of the fences. The chicken coop is white, but I thought the black was really good too. Plus black and white do go together. I found this patio set off of Marketplace. I just sprayed it black and added these beautiful pillows. And then this was a really fun DIY as well. We had these pavers. They are 2x2 exposed aggregate pavers. And I thought it would just really elevate the look to add this AstroTurf in between. I know this is probably not everybody's style, but I really like the pop of green, and of course it keeps the weeds down as well. So that is how this area came together. Like I said, we are right off of the house. So the main yard is here, and this is just sort of an in-between area before we get to sort of the lower area of our property. I also found these, they're not done being stained, found these little arbors, or trellises rather, on Marketplace. And I think I might add them in between here, I'm not quite sure. Like I said, this is all in progress. The beds are of course sleeping as it is fall. Most things have kind of been hit with a frost, but you can see it's quite full. One growing season really filled it in. And then here's the pond. You saw in the video the step-by-step process of how I built it. I am not a professional pond builder at all. This is only my second pond I've ever built, and it is not done. I still have to do some sort of fountain waterfall off of those slate rocks up top and have it sort of pumping the water in and out, which of course helps with the water not being murky, and of course mosquitoes as well. So I love adding a pond whenever I can. The amount of wildlife that I have seen since putting the other pond in closer to our house, it has just been such a blessing to have. Really beautiful. So that is the pond, and then the back side is also not done. You can see the elevation change is quite dramatic here. We still have to retain some of this, but I had all these plants. I needed to put them somewhere, and even though this spot is not completely done, I think they'll be happier planted here, even though it's not finished, rather than staying in their pots over the winter. So we've got some beautiful variegated grasses. I put those here because of course I thought just that cascading over the rocks is just going to be beautiful as they grow and fill in. I'll put the names of all of these plants on the screen. And then we've got a Mugo pine. I think adding an evergreen is always great just to add some interest. And then we have a 9-bark. I got all of these on a really good price. They were all clearance, end of season. So of course it's fall, nothing's looking great. But of course in the spring it's going to come back and be beautiful. This is the sort of stellar centerpiece. This is a weeping pussy willow, and it is quite tall, and my goal was to sort of mask the chicken coop. I love my chickens, I love watching them, but I don't always want to see the chicken coop. I have dreams to sort of make over this area as well. Maybe add some more lattice and some vining plants. But this will definitely help with masking a bit of the chicken coop. And then we have a Russian sage just tucked on the back there. So that is what the back side of the hill looks like. Of course, I've got planting to do in between this area here to sort of add to the existing beds and then to the new addition over here. But that is what it looks like. Well, that is the journey of where we are at so far with the new addition to this secret garden area. Of course, I'm so happy about the pond. I'm so happy about this seating area. After working in the garden, it is so nice to have a spot free of the elements that you can sort of enjoy your garden as well. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.